Alright. Hey everybody. It's been a while, I know. But this is pretty much what I've been doing lately. Playing a lot of Dark Souls. So, Dark Souls is really hard, as we all know. But, my buddy Chow just put up some of you might know him as Knight, but he just put up a farming guide for humanity and souls. But I figured I'd do something a little different. And that would be to give you guys a little bit of a beginner's guide, because I know at the very beginning the game's really weird and it's hard, but hopefully what I can show you here will help you out. Alright, so usually when you start, the first place you go is this way, the Undead Burg, and where you fight your first enemies. Now, when you pick your character, you usually get you get a weapon with every class, and they don't really explain the mechanics to you that well because you don't understand them. But for the most part, most weapons, if you hit up and light attack at the same time, you do a kick. Now, because I'm using a gauntlet instead of a kick, I do a knee, but it's the same idea. And this is really important at the beginning of the game, because anyone with a shield, if you keep hitting them, you're probably not going to have enough stamina to knock their guard down. But if you kick them, their shield will break, their guard will break, and they'll stumble backwards so you can hit them. You can also use kick to push people off cliffs. Another thing that they don't explain too well is the parry and riposte system. The thing that's cool about this is, if someone attacks you, you can block, and most of the time they'll bounce off. Alright, you can't parry that. But here, this is what parry and riposte is. It's basically a really, really damaging attack. So if you can get the timing right, most of the enemies have that same rapid swing attack. You can't parry that for some reason. Or maybe you can, and I just don't have a high enough stat for it. But yeah, but other than that, you can parry pretty much anything. Usually a good way to test if you can parry something is if you can block it without it breaking your guard. Now you see how this guy has a shield? So if I were to attack him regularly, okay, he didn't block, I would bounce off. But let's come over here. If you kick him, oh, it's even better. Keep healing. A lot of the enemies have Estus Flax, just like you, which is kind of annoying. I wish that he would shield, but he's apparently not gonna. Your kicks don't do any damage, and the other great thing about them is if you hit an NPC, you can kill pretty much any NPC in the game. But if you walk over to them and you kick them, then they won't attack you. And you can use this to push them off cliffs if there's a certain NPC you want to kill. But anyway, I'm going to help you out at the beginning. That was just a little bit about the combat system. The very beginning, first place most people go. You can go, there are two other places. There's a place underneath the shrine, and there's a graveyard and catacombs the other way. But most people come this way. When you come to the Burg, you're going to meet a lot of new enemies. Now, that guy that I just kicked, he's very important at the beginning of the game. You actually meet him here, if you save him, spoiler alert, at the bottom of Undead Burg, and he's going to be the first spellcaster in the game. And if you want to make things much easier for yourself at the beginning, you should talk to him, because he sells this spell, Oral Decoy. And Oral Decoy is very important at the beginning, and you don't know how to play that well, because what it does is you cast it, and all the enemies attack where the decoy was, which lets you wail on them. It even works on some bosses, like the Capra Demon, for example. If you oral decoy him, he'll attack your decoy. And you can also backstab enemies, because I'm using gauntlets and backfisting them. So if you come up here, you're going to run into your first ranged enemy. He has a crossbow. Ow. Now, wouldn't it be nice if you had a ranged weapon too? Well, you can do what I did, because I was stupid. And there's a bonfire right here. You can kill him and run to the bonfire, so he'll respawn and keep killing him until he drops the crossbow. Or you can do it the easy way. There is actually a free crossbow right in this town that I did not know about until way after I had already bought one, which kind of, or I had tried to kill that guy 1,000,000 times, which kind of pissed me off. I just want to backstab you. There you go. Again, these guys really do block, so remember, if you kick them. So my starting class was Wanderer, and if you're a Wanderer, the starting weapon you get is a scimitar. And the scimitar is a little bit weird because I don't have a regular scimitar. I have one of the different sword, but in the same vein. Instead of a kick, the scimitar has this, which doesn't really help at the beginning. I mean, it's cool if you want to do backflips and shit. It also gets you killed a bunch of times, because at the beginning I didn't know the scimitar didn't have a kick, and I was trying to figure out how to do this, and I kept falling off cliffs. But also rapiers don't have a kick. So it's probably best if your first character doesn't start with a scimitar or doesn't start with a rapier. Pretty much every other weapon has the kick though. So where I just killed these two guys in the undead bird, if you shatter these boxes and barrels, there's no barrels here actually. There are barrels later on, don't worry. You come in here, there's a dude hiding behind here. Mine's better. If you come this way, oh, here's some barrels to break. If you come this way, there's a merchant. Now,
oh, they're still keeping him up.
The merchant here, he actually sells a bow. Crossbows and bows are a little different in this game.
Right,
the bow, you can actually aim yourself, and you can be stealthy with it. Meaning if you shoot someone, they won't come after you if you hit them with a bow. If you hit them with a crossbow, they're going to know you're there, which is kind of annoying, I must admit. So, you come through this way after you talk to that guy. You should... I have a bow and a crossbow, but you could probably just do with the bow. You probably won't have enough souls to buy that bow at the beginning, so you might as well come down here. Might as well talk to that guy. Buy some stuff. I recommend throwing knives and fire bombs at the beginning because they're both very helpful. So yeah, you come up this way, you end up on a roof. And this is the beginning of the undead bird. But you see that little bridge over there? If you take a running start and you jump, you can make it in here and follow the stairs. And this corpse right here is actually holding a crossbow. Now, I wish I had known that at the beginning, so I wouldn't have been really, really stupid and just killed that guy a whole bunch of times until he dropped a crossbow finally. So if you want a crossbow, it's right there. Now the next thing that's probably really good for beginners is you'll notice under my health meter I have 3 different icons. The first one's the ring I'm wearing. You get that in the depths, and it heals me every time I kill someone. But the yellow arrow is more important. It's another ring. It's called the Ring of Favor and Protection, and you get it from one of the NPCs. He can help you later on, but pretty much everything he helps you with, so does a knight named Solar, and, well, it's not really a spoiler because the guy that I got the ring from, you can tell he's just brimming with evil. He's just so evil. For just about every class of weapon, there's a different... Basically, your backstab and your parry and riposte technique are the same, it's just from the front and the back. So, normally, what you'd have to do is you'd have to go down that path and continue. You fight one of the demons, and you keep going, and you reach the parish. But I'm going to use some shortcuts that I've unlocked. So basically, up on this bridge, there's a dragon, and he will kill you the first time. If you walk on this bridge for too long, he will spit fire, which is kind of good for you because he kills all the enemies that are up there and you get their health. But what you want to do is come down here, and you walk through. Actually, if you have a bow, you can shoot his tail off, and you get a really, really good sword called the Drake Sword, which has a special ability. Apparently all the dragon weapons do, but this one has a really cool special ability. If you two-hand it, and you heavy attack, you waste a lot of durability, but you shoot a shockwave, which is pretty awesome. So you come around here, and there's a dude here, of course. But he's easily felled. Alright, now, this is where it gets a little tricky, but if you have Oral Decoy, it's not so bad. So there's a dude hiding right here. Now if you want, you don't have to fight him at all. Just use your kicks. Throw him off. Come in here, there's 2 rats. Actually there's 3. There's 2 at the beginning. Okay, the Drake Sword is really powerful. So you come up to the parish. If you come up this way, there's actually a mini-boss here. It's a boar with armor. For now, because I already killed him, he won't respawn. Mini-bosses don't respawn. But all the regular enemies will when you use a bonfire. So basically, what's going to happen is, you're going to come up here. I would say to deal with these guys first. Because the crossbows are going to get really annoying if they just keep firing. So you kill these guys. Yes, I do have a sword called the Bastard Sword, because it's awesome. Mostly just because it's, yeah. If you come down here for the first time, there's a bunch of hollows. But he runs away because he thinks he's cool. You may have guessed this is a trap, and it is. Nothing me the Bastard Sword can't handle. Whoa. Yep, nothing me and the Bastard Sword can't handle. There's an item back here. If you pick up that corpse that I'm looking at. But if you come up here, Kill these two fools. This is actually the path. Oh, no, it's not actually that way. But if you walk along these beams, you come to this corpse. If you loot it, you get a mystery key. And the mystery key actually goes to could have actually gone in there and come out on the other side, but whatever. It's more fun to go this way. This is the first place where I realized oral decoy was going to be my saving grace, because these guys are really tough. But little oral decoy. Now, you see him right there? How he's not moving? That means it's a trap. Oh, hey, what's up? They're kind of pushovers for me now, but they weren't at the beginning, for sure. There's also a boss knight here, and a channeler, which is the first guy you're gonna run into in the game that shoots magic. And channeler's gonna be up on that balcony shooting at you, which is really annoying, while you have to fight a gigantic knight. But there's items over there too, blah blah blah. But if you come up this way, there's another knight. Finish him off. Come up this way towards the channeler. Remember where the channeler was? He's going to be right here. But because channelers count as mini-bosses, he's not here anymore. So kill all these hollow. You can use oral decoy on them too. It's very, very useful. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt too. What I usually do is take a really long weapon like a spear or a halberd, and you just stab multiple enemies at once, which is very useful. The path to the boss is up that way, but if you come this way, there's an item over there, but we want to keep going this way. One more night. Ow. He tried to parry me. Nope. Kill him. Break through this wall. Come up here. And this is a jail cell. There's going to be a knight in here named Lautric. And you could just tell he's just dripping with evil. You just tell he's an asshole. He asks if you'll let him out. If you have the mystery key, you can let him out. And when you do let him out, he'll head back to Firelink. There's also an item over here in that barrel. Break that barrel, corpse falls out, you get an item. But when he travels back to Firelink, now, at the beginning, you're probably going to have to walk all the way back to Firelink. But later on, you get a shortcut, which is over here. So head on down, and you're going to head to the bonfire. You can walk over there, and you can go back to the first place you started in the game if you leave the elevator early, but I don't really need to do that, so I'm not gonna. And hey, we're back in Firelink. So while you're in Firelink, you can heal if you've taken damage. You're gonna follow these stairs, and this lady will improve your Estus splash. If you have a Firekeeper soul, she's the Firekeeper. But that guy you just rescued, he's going to be sitting right here. And if you decide that you want the game to be a little bit easier at the beginning, you're going to want to kill him. Now, don't attack him, because if you've just started, he's going to wreck you. So, remember what I told you about kicking people? They won't attack you if you kick them. So, kick him off the stage. He'll fall off right there. Oh wait, maybe not. He'll be over here then. Yeah, because you can kick him right off. So, you kick him off the stage. You quit from the menu. And the game doesn't want you to miss any important items. So what it does is if you kill someone important and you don't get what they dropped, when you quit the game from the menu, or you let it save and you come back, when you come back, their items will be there. So where you pushed him off the stage, he's going to have dropped the ring of favor and protection. And what's great about this is that yellow line means that my HP is about doubled what it normally is, and my stamina probably got an extra third. But it also improves how much of a load you can carry, which is also important for all the things you have equipped. The only problem with this ring is if you unequip it, that it breaks. So, but I mean, if it's your first playthrough, you're probably going to want it on you. Now, killing an NPC has some consequences later, but for how evil Lautric was, I don't think you're going to miss him. And for the boss helpings, you can always have Solar help you anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a beginner's guide. Hope it helps other people. Thinking specifically of Grim for when he starts. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching.